He told you to stay. Alright, real quick before we get started with this episode of Supernatural, don't forget you can get the full, uncut, unedited, raw reaction to Supernatural on my Patreon. The link will be at the top of the description, so if you want to watch these episodes along with me in their entirety as well as get them early, definitely check it out. Otherwise, they of course are still going to be on YouTube, just heavily edited. But other than that, let's get in this episode, guys. After I was slacking so long on YouTube from being sick, I feel like I have a new, obviously I've always loved Supernatural, but I feel like I have like a new excitement for Supernatural again. It's currently like almost 9 a.m. and I haven't slept yet because I've been watching shows because I'm trying to stay on top of it. Pretty much don't sleep anymore. I only sleep for a few hours a night, but I was very excited to watch this. Why is there nobody else in existence in this area? How did the car get in his upstairs apartment?
I know you didn't want to let her go, but it was the right thing to do. So, thanks.
Eesh.
No problem.
Can't wait till he finds out what Dean did. I still am really upset about that, not gonna lie.
Matthew Hammond.
How did he have to look at the name?
On the
like,
10th floor, I'd say by a car.
you get this crazy ass murder scene and you don't even know the person's name? What the hell?
It's going crazy. Some kind of ghost with a license. License to kill.
Oh my god, I was just gonna say License to Kill.
There's a charge that keeps coming up. 50
Why is no one
place called
as freaked out about the fact that the car got in that apartment on the second floor and didn't go up the stairs?
Go find out what Jane's is.
Like, it'd be crazy even if it did go up the stairs, but it didn't. It's even weirder. Oh, the pride flag.
Just had a few questions about a customer of yours, name of Matthew Hammond.
That kind of looks like the flower shop in Bly Manor.
Now it all makes sense.
What does?
He blew me
He
off.
came in a couple days ago, paid me 3 years in advance to keep his monthly delivery going.
Mm.
So who was she?
I don't know. What would you on it back at the motel?
So he has the flower sent to her
Elizabeth Durham,
grave?
killed 10 years ago when a neighbor backed out of his driveway, didn't see her bike. Guess you know he felt bad. I mean, flowers.
Kind of makes you wonder if the guy wasn't drunk when he ran her over.
Maybe that's when he started drinking.
Burn her bones. Put her to rest.
Do you think it's a little kid driving a car? Imagine they had to like exhume your kid for something and they get the body out and it's like charred. Oh, it's like presenting as different things.
Sir? Sir? Hello? Hello, sir? Can you hear me?
It's a cute ass dog though. Oh.
Sir, you need to calm down. We'll send paramedics.
You need to calm down as he's getting murdered by a dog.
He was in the restroom of a diner.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
How do they always stay at these like
none of the patron
old
songs.
ass motels?
Guy calls 911 screaming about a dog.
I stayed in a bunch of motels when I was moving across the country and none of them looked this old.
5 years ago, he was arrested for running a dogfighting operation.
Classy. Do dogs even have ghosts?
The first I've heard of it.
Maybe someone is trying to like play the Reaper by like coming back as their crime. Oh shit. Crossroads. What was chasing him?
Warren, just take a minute. Tell us what's going on.
No, poor guy. He looks so scared.
You won't even believe me.
Well, try it.
Trust me. They've heard worse.
They killed the owner and his wife. I wasn't thinking, I was young.
Young. Okay, you're making less sense the more you talk.
No, it's okay. Just go on.
God, Dean, calm down. Gave him 10 seconds to explain.
All I know is 1 minute I'm at the bar and the next I get jumped. Wake up in a damn courtroom.
Courtroom.
It was in a barn.
At the apple farm?
Yeah.
I think someone's playing Reaper. That's what it seems like to me.
Who the hell are you?
We kind of specialize in crazy. So, this judge, you got a name?
It's always bothered me. Dean does this consistently. I think it's just kind of like what kind of person he is. But when someone tells some crazy story like this, where he's like, and I was in a courtroom, like I can't explain it. And Dean's like, you're not making any sense, you know, whatever. Like when have any of these stories ever made sense?
Just say it. You know, one simple freaking day on the job, is that too much to ask?
Well, look, I'm gonna go out.
I doubt
I'm
it's
gonna try to find
individual
out.
ghosts.
You coming?
I'm gonna check the bar.
It's probably one person taking form of all that.
I'm not going back. They're out there.
Who?
The people I killed. I just...
Yep, there we go.
No.
Look, you're safer with me than not.
I doubt it's all individual people. I'm sure it's all one person.
I need you to stay inside the circle.
Also, every time they tell someone to stay,
Okay?
they end up leaving and they die.
How?
Just Trust me, okay? I'm trying to help.
Can't say they didn't warn you though, dude. God, you made a small ass circle.
Love life or job? 2 quick doubles, it's something. I'm Mia, by the way.
Well, Mia, that is a complex question.
All of the above.
Work thing. Since you asked.
I don't know, man. I don't think you should be airing out all the info to
You
her.
ever do something behind someone's back because you had to?
No, you feel
Oh,
bad?
that's why he's in the mood. I forgot about that.
Oh, done.
I mean, not that I forgot about it, but I wasn't thinking. I mean, he didn't technically have to. That's depends who's asking.
So don't pass out on me.
Well, I think I'll switch to beer.
I know Dean thinks that he's doing the right thing when he makes those decisions, but it does kind of bother me that, like, almost always he undermines how Sam sees a situation or what Sam wants to do about a situation. It's always, like, what Dean thinks at the end, and, like, if he ever says, okay, Sam, like, we'll go with what you want to do, he always, like, undoes it somehow and, like, goes with what he wants to go with anyway. Red dirt.
He gets a hold of you, he's judge, jury, and executioner. Lore says that he can see directly into the human heart. He weighs the guilt. If he finds more than a feather's worth, boom, you're done.
That's what I was thinking. Someone who's, like, playing Reaper, which would be the same thing as, like, judge, jury, executioner.
It means you two got to get the hell out of Dodge.
This guy hones in on people that feel guilty.
Who does that sound like to you?
Dean. Okay.
Well, he was supposed to meet me here.
Where are you? I can be right there.
She seems pretty cool, though, so far. As long as she's not evil. Because at least she wasn't like, and he stood me up. Like, clearly his phone's in the ground, something happened, you know? Oh, shit. Is Salt even gonna do anything? That's why you make the circle bigger. See, you know what? He told you to stay. He f***ing told you to stay. You didn't want to listen. Should have just sat there and minded your own goddamn business. No, poor guy. Gotta be something else in there, like a bunker or something.
What's forming, Mr. Winchester?
Oh
They're
shit.
Houdini proof. Get a couple of drinks in you and the guilt comes pouring out.
He looks familiar. Where is he from?
I assume you figured out who I am, too.
Eesh. Sam's gonna find out what Dean did.
You want to fill me in?
Let me defend him.
That's unusual.
Well, you're gonna respect his rights.
Oh my god, they're gonna have like actual trial. What the hell?
Objection.
Are you gonna let me finish my sentence? Sir?
No.
No. This isn't fair.
Fair. I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Moving on.
Witness is being called without prior notice. Good one. I saw that on The Good Wife.
Yes.
He didn't learn that one. He just saw it on The Good Wife.
Joe?
Dean. Sam. Long time.
Defend him.
What is your relationship to Dean
Why
Winchester?
am I about to cry?
We work together.
I'm so glad they brought her back because she wasn't here last time Ellen was on the episode.
Isn't it true that you admired him?
Well, as a hunter. Yeah.
Nah, you guys would have been together if you didn't kick the bucket.
What feelings?
You would have done quite a bit for him.
Oh,
Followed him into any battle.
I know where you're getting at.
because he's a good man, even if he isn't that great
Had
in
nothing
relationships.
to do with your first case, the one that started it all.
He's a good man. I really miss Ellen and Joe.
It wasn't like that.
No feelings.
I didn't realize how much I missed them until now when they showed all these flashbacks.
Put words in her mouth.
Keep him under control, counsel. Or I'll remove his tongue.
That's not ethical. Come on, Sam. Ask the good questions now. Here we go. I feel like they could have made her look real and not so ghostly because, like,
My wife?
Yes, he was.
it's not like she was decomposing. She got blown the hell up.
To impress some loudmouth ass you just met? Or because you wanted to be like your dad?
Daddy issues. Definitely. Listen, Dean, I don't...
How are you just gonna get rid of the witness before she gets to speak?
Sam Winchester can
Oh.
stand. But were you not happily out of the family racket until Dean showed back up in that gas guzzler?
I don't know how many years it's been. It's at least been 10 since that. Because there's a couple. God, I forgot how crazy
It's complicated.
season 1 and 2 are. With all like the time jumps and stuff when they've died and whatnot. It's got to be at least 10 years ago.
And if that isn't Dean directly.
No. Oh, well. Ellen and Joe were not on Dean directly. That's some bullshit. He's saying directly. These are not directly because of Dean.
He'd rather damn you with him than be alone.
He might be the one that put them in the situation, but he didn't directly cause that. He didn't put them in a situation hoping they would die, or making them die, or them dying at the hand of him.
If it was about convincing me, I would say,
What?
Who are we convincing?
I just weigh the guilt that's already there. This
What?
is solely about how Dean feels.
The witnesses and stuff have to make him either feel better or feel worse. And that's how he does it?
People want to be judged. They really do. When your heart's heavy, let me tell you.
But we want to be judged when it's a good
punishment's
thing.
the mercy.
He's gonna make him feel good, I bet.
Isn't it true that you don't feel guilty about her? That you're just sad she's dead? That it just blows?
I'm sad they didn't get to say goodbye to her when she was there. He is saying things how they need to be said, though. Because, like, if you word things one way, someone's gonna feel bad. But he's, like, essentially saying it in a way
Then is your
where
heart
it's like,
heavy with guilt?
hey, remember when so-and-so made this happen?
And none of this guy's business.
That wasn't your fault. You know, to, like, tell him, but make him also feel that way.
Do you want me to call my last witness?
Oof.
Look, I know you didn't want to let her go.
I wonder if it is gonna be... Oh god, he's gonna feel hella guilty from this one, though. Watch him, like, freak out, and it's not even gonna be her.
He's giving us more
It's not
time.
gonna make a difference, Sam.
You need another moment? You done?
He's getting under Dean's skin, though, and making him feel guilty before he even knows who the next person is.
The court's reached a verdict.
You mean you?
Guilty in your heart. And sentence you to die.
He should have, like, yelled it out so that way some of that guilt would ease up. Like, so he would rather die with that secret than just tell Sam and maybe live. Oh. If he's sentenced to die, when do they kill him?
I told him.
Sarge would have got to him one way or another.
Like, before he even said, like, the verdict, he should have yelled it out. Because even just admitting it would ease some of the guilt. Because a lot of the guilt, too, that he has is that he went behind Sam's back and that he did that when Sam, like, specifically told him not to.
I say we slap that Band-Aid on, leave finding a cure to some hunter in a
Right, let someone else deal with it.
Apparently, Jewish people blow through them once a year.
Where are you gonna find one this
Go to a
time?
Jewish person's house.
Dick's gonna sick Joe after me, Sam.
You're a hunter, Dean. You know to deal with ghosts.
Is it really Joe, though? He literally did not kill her. Come on. Also, is it actually Joe, or is it, like, him and Joe's body, you know? Because if it was actually Joe, she does not think that Dean killed her. She literally killed herself. She didn't kill herself, but she made those decisions, you know? And the real Joe would not kill him because she doesn't feel that way.
I'm guessing you're not here for bar mitzvah lessons.
What does he say in this situation? Listen, I know this looks bad. I promise I'll bring it back after I use it to kill somebody. God, I feel like we were robbed. So it is really her.
No, it's not. You deserve better.
You did. You deserve
I still feel like in a different life, they could have ended up together. I feel like either of them, honestly, wouldn't be able to be with a regular person like Jess or like Lisa.
Hunters are never kids.
I want to say one thing. I feel like, I don't think the relationships are ever going to matter on this show, but because it's the brotherhood that matters. But I feel like neither of them could date a regular person because they would be so worried all the time. On the same hand, they could also be just as worried if their wife or whatever is a hunter, husband, I don't know, is a hunter, because they're like also putting themselves in danger. But I feel like they would need that peace of mind knowing that they know how to defend themselves and know how to like match them, so that way that there's not this like completely different like world between them. I feel like that's how it would have to be if they did. Okay, thought over.
The right thing would have been to send your ass back home to your mom.
Like to have seen you try.
Yeah, I know he says that, but she would not have wanted to. It was not his fault.
You carry all kinds of crap you don't have to, Dean.
Exactly. I feel like that's why he got the guilty verdict, because Dean genuinely believes that he is responsible for these things.
It's time.
Oh, no. So the salt doesn't even matter. I was thinking about that too. She died in an explosion. I'm guessing she just doesn't have a choice. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot. I have so many thoughts right now. It's sad that they read the verdict based on like what the person thinks of themselves.
I used to hunt ghosts. I know the truth.
They sentence them. Like if you're gonna sentence them, you should judge as well and see things from an outside perspective. Oh, run, bitch. Oh.
He's making me do this.
Yeah, she doesn't have a choice.
It's okay.
Can he not interact with her? That was so heartbreaking. I feel like that was the first time that... Oh, hell yeah, got him. Got him! I feel like that was the first time that, like, this show really broke my heart. And I hope at the end of this episode, Dean tells Sam the truth about what he did. Aww. You know, in another life, they would have been together. I feel like they could both be badasses, you know? They could keep up with each other.
I don't know, man. In another life, you might have made a pretty decent scuzzbag.
Right.
So who is he talking about?
Who?
That whole final witness thing.
No idea.
Dean, after all that shit, really, ease some of your guilt, just like she said.
Why'd he skip you?
I think I just don't feel guilty anymore.
All of his shit is out there.
Look, I'm not saying it's logical. I just, you know, I feel like I did a lot of stuff I should have felt bad for, and
He made up for it.
then I paid a lot of dues and came out the other side, you know?
And that worked.
I don't know. I guess I just finally feel like my past is my past, and I can move on with
And
my
like
life.
Joe said, like, you carry so many things that you don't need to. So let's talk.
I kind of feel good, Dean.
Something's gonna happen. It's too quiet. This is weird.
Well, you are going to be a pleasure to ride with.
Is he really not gonna tell him? It's interesting that, like, that episode, which was really kind of just a monster of the week, that was a really amazing episode. What I was gonna say was, it's interesting that the last episode was still more so like a monster of the week. It wasn't entirely monster of the week because they still had like the Leviathan stuff going on, but that like one thing, that one like mission Sam went on with his like old-timey friend, his first date, his first kiss, whatever, that was more like a monster of the week type thing, where like in the end Dean did something really terrible, and even though that felt like a monster of the week, it still is getting brought up, and I'm guessing it's gonna be dragged on even further until Sam finds out the truth. Or maybe that was just it. Maybe it's just Dean wants to take that to his grave and would rather have the guilt of that than to tell his brother. And I feel like that's probably where a lot of his guilt comes from, is the fact that he would rather have that guilt than... And he clearly knows that these things are wrong, because he wouldn't be so afraid of who the next witness was if he didn't think it was wrong. But yeah, I thought that was a really good episode, very unique episode. I like the whole thing about like judge, jury, executioner type of situation where these people who are super guilty get judged by that and get sentenced by their guilt. And that it's not necessarily like what they did so much as like how they feel about it. Like the first dude that accidentally killed the little girl, he made payments for the next however many months ahead of time so that he could make a small gesture for her and her family. And the second guy ended up like confront these things, helping dogs because he felt so guilty. It just all shows like how much guilt they truly had in them. And then when it comes down to it, they're judged based off of what they think of themselves. So of course all these people get screwed because people obviously think so much worse about themselves than they do others. So like maybe Sam, let's say Joe can look at Dean and see the good and not see a bad person, whereas Dean knows all of these things and sees himself as bad, which means he's going to be judged as bad. And I wish Dean would have told Sam the truth, because he is never going to be able to forgive himself for these things unless he confronts them and unless he shares that with Sam. Whether he still thinks that was the right decision or not, he needs to confront that part of him. It was so bittersweet to see Joe again. I'm really glad they brought her back again, because last time they got to bring Ellen back, but not Joe, so it was good to see her again. And yeah, like I said in the reaction, I feel like had things worked out differently, I could see her and Dean getting together at some point, whether it lasts or not, I could see it happening, and I feel like they would even each other out very well. I feel like Dean needs a girl that can protect herself and fight, you know? But yeah, it was a very sad episode, and I'm glad that, like, at least during the trial, Sam was able to, like, word things in a way to tell Dean, like, so this happened because that happened, and that's not your fault. You know that, right? So that way he could, like, start building down some walls or taking down some walls of these guilty feelings that he has. But it's still not completely done. The only reason they got out of it was because Sam got the horn to kill Orion. Is it Orion? I think, I don't remember what it was. To kill the god. I just thought it was a very interesting storyline and a really good Monster of the Week, because it was a Monster of the Week, but it was still confronting all of these things that the boys have been through and gone through together. I thought it was a really strong episode. I really loved it. But I think that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.